Hey guys, it's Liz here to show you how to achieve this sweater nail look. So before I started, I did a layer of gel base coat and then a matte top coat over this white dip powder. So you do want to make sure that you use a gel base coat for the sweater nail design so that it will stick to that matte top coat and be more durable. I'm starting in the middle so that my design is centered, but this isn't too important where you begin. I use a horizontal line to start with and then just drag one side down and one side up to create that S shape. So this pattern over and over again will kind of create that kind of interlocking sweater design that is so popular. Each horizontal line that I do after this, I try to just make sure that it's parallel to the one that I did before it. And it's as wide as the last one as well. And then just drag it up and drag it down into that S pattern. You can do each line one at a time, pour the powder over and cure if you're a little bit nervous about messing up the last line that you created. But I go ahead and do all of these lines at once. But yeah, if you do decide to cure, pour the powder over and then cure, I would do just a 10 to 20 second cure, lightly brush it off, and then do your next line. And that way you don't have to worry about messing anything up as you go along. And I apologize for the state of my cuticles right now. This is right after I have dipped and filed, and before I get that cuticle oil on, that makes my cuticles look a lot better. So they're kind of looking pretty rough right now. So I am using a short nail brush. If you're more comfortable using a longer nail brush, you can use that as well. As you can also use a toothpick or a dotting tool. And I actually did a video last year using the dotting tool and showing you how to do this with just the dip liquids, not the gel liquids. So I will put that in the cards here if you're interested in that one, so you can see how using just a dotting tool works. But you just can't get as thin of lines with your dotting tool unless you use something that's really, really thin. And I do mess up a little bit here, but I'm going to show you how I fix that. So I do use Nola dips for this. You can use acrylic powder as well to pour over to create this sweater design. And then this is how I fixed that little mistake that I made. I'm just going to kind of push that powder into the spot where I want it to be, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. So you do want to do a full 60-second cure for this to make sure that it is cured completely, and then you can brush it off, and this is what it looks like. It is a little flatter than I would have liked, and that might be because the liquids are a little bit thinner. So I do go over it again, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So straight lines can be some of the hardest lines, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this is my third take to do these lines. And I find the easiest way to do these straight lines, and sometimes I forget what I'm doing, but is to look where you're wanting the line to end instead of looking where it's going, if that makes sense. So instead of looking at the brush and where it's at on your nail, you want to kind of look at the end of your nail and where you want that line to end up, and that usually helps to create a straighter line. Also putting kind of like a dot at the end of your nail where you want it to be, that way it kind of gives you a focal point of where you want that line to end, kind of helps you to create that straight line. All right, so another 60-second cure, and then to my last little design that I'm gonna put on the side is just some dots using a dotting tool. This is a quick and easy way to kind of fill up that nail and still create this kind of sweater look. Each dot, you want to make sure that you dot it back into your liquid to make sure that all the dots are the same size. If you continue to dot down the nail without adding more liquid to your dotting tool, you're going to get smaller and smaller dots. So as you can see, it is a little flatter than I would have liked it to be. So I'm just gonna build it up a little bit more by adding some more liquid to the design that I already created. This second layer is a little bit easier because if you do mess up, it's gonna be a lot easier to kind of push that powder where you want it to be, because the original lines are going to be your guide because they've already cured, so they're hardened on there. So you know exactly where that design should be. So I'm just going to speed the rest of this up since it's pretty much the same thing that you have already seen before. If you have any questions about any of this process, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you liked this video, make sure that you give it a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. All these little things help out my channel, and they don't cost you a thing, and I would really appreciate the support. So this is the finished nail. Again, I hope that you liked this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.